Good morning. Well, hey, one more day till Christmas. Good morning. Welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Show. My name's Vic, and welcome to the Daily Sports Update Show. Listen here, it's upon us. It's upon us. 1 hour, 1 day, 16 hours, and 59 minutes to go, and then it's officially, where I live, Christmas, my friends. But that can change, because in Australia, you boys are, you're almost getting into the 24th already, or in New Zealand, or wherever you are, in Japan and stuff like that. It all depends where you are on this great planet that we live on. But let's get into the topics today. Of course, we're going to look at some football, darts. There was some winter sports, college sports, NFL, NBA, and it is Table Tuesday, so we're going to have a look at some of the tables. Don't forget. But first of all, a nice shout out there with the heart. Hey, 122,830. We are getting there. It's moving. Yeah. I don't know yet. Don't even know what the goal is anymore. We are so happy. I mean, it's unbelievable. Hey, but that doesn't mean you don't pass on the message and you don't tell everybody to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. But let's get into the Premier League. There was one game last night, the last game of this round. Good morning, Marners. Disappoint? No, you don't disappoint us. Don't worry, man. It's all banter. It's flexible. It's all flexible. Don't worry. So Fulham beat Nottingham Forest, which gave Vern 3 points in the tips, but I got a point, so that's okay. So and where's Sean Bauer this morning? I really wanted Sean Bauer to be in this morning. Sean, where are you? Do we have to put out an APB for you? Do I have to send the FBI to look for you? Because you've gone missing. Your Nottingham Forest took one hell of a beating last night. And you're relegation fodder at the moment, man. You're a relegation fodder. There you go. But we'll talk all about that this afternoon in the Premier League's prediction show, where we'll predict round 18 of the Premier League. The first games are starting on the 26th, Boxing Day, Man United against Newcastle. So we'll check that out together. But let's have a look at some other results before we get into the tables. In Italy, yes, Italian Supercoppa, which was played in the King Saud University Stadium in Saudi Arabia. Naples beat Bologna 2-0. Nerens had 2 goals there. Then, of course, it was Africa Cup yesterday. Bafana. There you go, Bafana. Mali and Zambia drew 1-1. Stunning goal there from Patterson Daka in the 92nd minute. Then South Africa, yes, like I said, Bafana beat Angola 2-1. Should have been higher. But Apollos and Foster with the goals there for South Africa. Show for Angola. And then in the late game, Egypt beat Zimbabwe 2-1. With a late goal there by Mohamed Salah in the 91st minute. I thought Zimbabwe were going to get the draw, but they didn't. So, and that South Africa, Angola, Zimbabwe, and Egypt are all in the same group. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Then we move on. In Spain, in La Liga, Espanyol beat Athletic Club Bilbao 2-1. In the Portuguese league, Porto beat Alverca 3-0, and Benfica beat FC Famalicão 1-0. Not too familiar with Famalicão there, whatever. But let's look at the tables. Let's look at some. And don't forget, guys, I don't do mediocrity on this channel. So we only are going to talk about the top halves of tables. Did you watch the Egypt versus Zambia? No, I didn't. I actually took a break last night. I did a lot of other things at home. I didn't do any sport last night. I was listening to the darts. I had that on my phone. I was just listening to it, but I was cleaning cupboards. I was getting the apartment ready for when all the guests come, and doing all my office work, cleaning up, writing down the menus. I was busy. But let's have a look at the Premier League table here. Arsenal on top with 39 ahead of Man City. Man City, for me, the in team at the moment. Aston Villa in third, followed by Chelsea, Liverpool, Sunderland, and Manchester United. Crystal Palace, Brighton, and Everton. If your team is not on the screen now, it's because they are cuck and they're at the bottom half of the table. Then we move on to España. And Barcelona, nice 4-point lead ahead of Real Madrid. I think it's between El Clasico teams there, Barcelona and Real Madrid. For the title, Atletico should get in the top 4. Villarreal still up top. Villarreal doing well in the Spanish league, but in the EuroLeague they're doing terrible. and the other teams are still chasing. Then in Italy, I have to say, buongiorno tutti, come va? Here we go. And it is Inter ahead of AC and Napoli and Roma. I mean, look at that table. I mean, it's just like 33, 32, 31, 30, 29. Juventus in the hunt there. But some teams have played more games than others. So, yeah, Naples, Milan, and Inter still only on 15. Looking good for those three teams. It's going to be an exciting one all the way to the finish. All the way to the finish. In the Bundesliga, guten Morgen, Germany. Jawohl, jawohl, Bayern. Ha, what can I say? Mir sei mir. Bayern, all the way to... Bayern's gone, man. That one's gone. The German league, I mean, is actually pathetic. Because I think in the last 15 years, Bayern has won it 13 times. That's not a very competitive league. Dortmund in second, Leverkusen in third, Leipzig in fourth. I think that will be the top four at the end of the season. In any case, which are the surprise teams there? Union Berlin doing well there in 8th, Freiburg in 9th, even Werder Bremen in 10th. Those are a little bit surprises for me. Then we move into the French league. Bonjour, bonjour. Lens keeping their lead there ahead of Paris Saint-Germain, Marseille and Lille. I think those four teams are going to battle it out for the 3 spots. The French only get 3 spots in the Champions League, so we'll check that out. Disappointing, Monaco in 9th is disappointing, and Nice, that is not even in the top half of the table. 2 disappointing teams. Then we move to the NFL. Ooh, baby. Well, we don't have to look at the first part. We'll look at the second part. Because that was the last game. We've done all the other games. The 49ers thrashed, destroyed, annihilated. The Colts must probably knock the Colts out of any playoff contention. 48-27. Brock Purdy. I mean, he was purring, Mr. Purdy. He had 5 touchdowns last night. Wonderful. Good morning, Howard. I'm ready for Christmas, Mo. I hope you're ready for Christmas too. Let's have a look at the standings there. We'll start in the American Football League, known as the AFC. So, here we go. Everything with an E behind their name, like Kansas City, Miami, and then they're all out of the playoffs. They have been eliminated. The E stands for eliminated. Let's have a look. So, Denver, New England, Jacksonville, the Chargers, and Buffalo Bills are all guaranteed a playoff spot. Pittsburgh or Baltimore, looking good for Pittsburgh at the moment. And then it's between Houston and Indianapolis Colts, and there it's looking good for Houston. I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to say it's going to be Pittsburgh Steelers, and Houston Texans. I think the Colts and the Baltimore Ravens will be eliminated in the AFC. Let's have a look at the NFC. Guaranteed Seattle, Chicago, Philadelphia, San Francisco, and the LA Rams are all guaranteed. Looking good for Carolina. I think they've got the jump up on Tampa Bay. And then it's either Green Bay or Detroit. It's looking better for Green Bay because they do have a draw as well. So they're actually 2 games ahead of the Lions and only 2 games to be played. So I think we have our playoff picture. Then in the NBA last night. There were some games in the NBA last night. And of course, that is wrong. That is wrong. Why have I got the Nuggets there? That is wrong. How about Pistons, Trailblazers? That's right. Nuggets. Why have I got Nuggets there? That should be Hornets against Cavaliers. All right. Okay, don't worry. That should read Hornets against Cavaliers. The icons are right. The names are wrong. Damn, I'm a dumbass early in the morning. The Cavaliers beat the Hornets 139-132. Garland at 27 for the Cavs with 10 assists. And Lonzo Ball at 23 and 9 assists for the Hornets. Then the Celtics beat the Pacers expectedly 103-95. Jaylen Brown with 31 points and 9 rebounds for the Celtics. The Pelicans upset the Mavericks 119-113. Zion Williams with 24 points and 9 rebounds. Look, Anthony Davis had a magic game there for the Mavericks. Just wasn't enough. 35 points and 17 rebounds. A lot of people says he's going to get traded. The Nuggets beat the Jazz 135-112. What should I say? Nikola Jokic, 14 points, 13 rebounds, 13 assists. A walking triple-double. Then the Thunder. The Thunder keep on rolling, man. Can anybody stop the Thunder? 119-103. SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 31 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. The Warriors knocked off the Magic 120-97. Stephen Curry with 26 points there. Well done to him. And the Pistons knocking off the Trailblazers 110-102. Good game there. Let's have a look at the tables, because that is interesting at the moment in the NBA. It's starting to hot up there in North America. Let's have a look at the East. Who's the beast in the East? And it is the Detroit Pistons. I call them the bad boys. Those were the good old days. Yeah, fantastic. Ahead of New York, Boston, Philadelphia. Now, you see, that is how a table should read. That is traditional, man. The old teams there, the founders of the NBA, they are there, baby. They are there. My Heat are still in a playoff spot. They're in 8th. Milwaukee, Charlotte, Brooklyn, Indiana, and the Wizards. I would say Milwaukee. Outside chances when Giannis gets healthy. But otherwise, the Hornets, the Nets, the Pacers, and the Wizards, you can plan for next season. You can see maybe you get a good draft pick. I do not know. In the West, Oklahoma there with 26-3. San Antonio, Denver, Los Angeles, Lakers, Timberwolves, Rockets. Those are the teams I did expect in the top off. Maybe I'm surprised the Warriors are not higher, but Phoenix, the Warriors, Memphis should be in the playoffs. And then I think it's Trailblazers, Dallas, and Utah fighting it out there. But it's tight there. But hey, listen, we've had around about 29, 30 games in the NBA. They got to get to 82s. There's a long way. Now I make fun of you tonight. Of course I'm going to make fun of you tonight. No, I won't. No, I won't. I know you need to improve. Yes, but you are young. That is the, how do you say? That's the youth, man. You guys, you don't know as much as we do. I didn't see that when I was 17 years old. Can ask my parents. I thought I knew it all at 17. But now I know I knew shit. Well, no, actually, I did actually know everything. It's the other youth that didn't. There we go. No, just kidding. NHL. Did Egypt win? Yep. You missed the program. I said it before. You know what? Just for Mo. Well, before we get into it, let's go. This is just for Mo. There's the scores there. Egypt, Zimbabwe, 2-1, man. 2-1. Jeez, why am I so nice this morning? It must be the Christmas vibes. NHL, the Blues lose to the Lightning 4-1. The Vancouver Canucks lose to the Philadelphia Flyers 2-5. Verns Kraken gets a win. They beat the Ducks of Anaheim 3-1. And the Blue Jackets beat the Kings 3-1. Let's have a look at the tables there. Look in the Eastern Conference, Detroit leading the Atlantic. Carolina, the best team in the East with 47 points, leading the Metropolitan Division. Look, it's still very close. If you look, even the team with the least points in the league, that's the Blue Jackets on 34. All to play for. There's no team that I would rule out making the playoffs in the East at the moment. Then we move into, even look at that. The Panthers are in the hunt again. There you go. In the West, same thing in the West. Look, the Colorado Avalanche, the best team in hockey at the moment. They're doing really well. My Golden Knights there in the Pacific in second division behind the Ducks. But all to play for. Even Vern, Seattle Kraken and the Chicago Blackhawks are still in the hunt. Plenty of games to go. They got to get to 82 games. They've played 35. We haven't even had half the season, so it's all open. Then we move into a little bit of college football. There you go. Those are the playoffs coming up. I'm so excited. I'll put that out every bloody day now. I'm excited for those college playoffs. Let's have a look at the men's basketball. Virginia beat American University 95-51. The North Carolina Tar Heels beat East Carolina 99-51. And the Kansas Jayhawks, they beat Davidson 90-61. I'm going to send, wait. I'm going to send my prediction in summer now. Just after the morning show. Okay, all right. Then we move on. Illinois beat Missouri 91-48. Arizona beat Bethune Cookman 107-71. And BYU beat Eastern Washington 109-81. The ladies also played yesterday. We do not forget the ladies. Michigan State Spartans beat Ole Miss Rebels 66-49. Western Michigan lost to the Ohio State Buckeyes 95-47. And Southern Indiana lost to the Tennessee Mountaineers Volunteers, 89-44. One more there. North Carolina, yes, losing to the Oklahoma Sooners 126-54. And Temple lost to Princeton 87-77. That I'm not doing the rankings at the moment. We'll get into that later. Darts last night. Ooh, darts was big yesterday. Some big upsets again yesterday. Madras Rasma beating Darren Beveridge 3-1. Gabriel Clemens knocking off Wesley Nyman 3-0. The German giant goes through. David Munyunya of Zimbabwe, he got knocked off by Kevin Dots 3-0. James Wade is out. He lost 3-2 against Ricky Evans. Jean Van Veen was sensational yesterday. I think he had like 110 3-dot average. He beat Alan Sauter 3-1. Jean Van Veen is a sleeper here, boys. You've heard it here first. This man could win the World Championships. This kid is good, man. Nathan Aspel didn't have any problems with the boy from Texas there, Leonard Gatz 3-0. Luke Humphreys beat the old man, Paul Lim, the 71-year-old Paul Lim, but what a nice man he is. I think Humphreys, it hurt Humphreys to beat him. You could see Humphreys was emotionally, Paul Lim is, I think, loved by every dart player in the world, but he did lose 3-0, so he's out. And Charlie Manby, the young man there, he beat Adam Saveda, also from the USA, 3-0. Yeah, we got to see. But we will try something. I will figure out something about that. Then there was skiing yesterday in Alta Badia in Italy. And it was Otley McGrath of Norway taking it ahead of Clement Noel and Luke Mayer of Switzerland. Timon Hagen came in fourth. Lucas Pinero Broughton in fifth. There's no Austrians on this sheet. It's a good day for skiing. Tongi Neff from Switzerland in seventh as well. So a lot of Norwegians, a lot of Swiss on the first page. I like that. Let's keep it up. Then you're kind of getting through that's kind of the show for this morning. Don't want to rattle on too long. Got a lot to do today. Got a lot of preparations. I didn't say reparations. I don't pay reparations because I didn't fuck up in my life. Preparations for Christmas. Don't forget, tomorrow me and Vern will do the morning show together. Christmas special. Not a lot of sports going to be to talk about. We'll talk about some darts and stuff like that. But we just have a little bit of fun tomorrow and a little bit of banter. So join us for that. But if you guys, don't forget 5 o'clock this afternoon, it is the Premier League prediction show. Then a little bit later, it is Fenerbahce against Barcelona in the EuroLeague basketball. Jeez, I'm forgetting my words there. But hey guys, listen, before I have a total brain freeze here, let me go. See you guys tomorrow morning. Have a great one. Be safe. And for those going into Christmas already, have a good one, man. Guys, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.